What makes a good dad then? Time, number one. And these go beyond being a good dad. These go for being a good parent, being a good human, and how to essentially raise good humans. Time, you'll have noticed, and as a parent, I notice all the time. My daughter, she's two going on going on 15 at the minute, but she all she wants is your time. They don't understand at that age that you have to work, that you have to do things, to keep money coming in, to put food on the table. That all they want is time. So if you can give them as much time as you can possibly give, then you're starting off right. You're starting off right. And two is love. Two is love, and a lot of this generation, a lot of millennials, they've come from parents who are boomers, and that generation and the generation before them, Gen X, they're from generations where there wasn't in a lot of households that a lot of that love, a lot of there was that real love, but in terms of that affection, in terms of that real sort of day to day real affection, my family, we struggle to hug each other. It's something that we've only started to learn now, in terms of really hugging, showing affection, telling each other we love her, we love each other and things like that. But with my daughter, it was instant. It was instant, and there's something to be said about that. Growing up in a single parent household without a dad, I'm the perfectly educated person to know exactly what a dad needs to be and what a dad should be. And love, showing love, and showing love in numerous different ways, and that's telling your daughter that she's beautiful every single day, connecting with her every single day, being that rock every single day, showing that affection every single day. I can't say it enough. You have to show that love to your children. You have to show that love to your children. Connection, I mentioned it earlier, connection, and building that connection for me, it was instant. It was an instant connection to my daughter, and I know that it's not instant for everyone, but for me it was. And if it's not instant for you, you have to build that connection. You're the adult. This child has come into the world, doesn't know anyone, doesn't know anything apart from mummy and daddy. So you need to build that connection. You need to be there and actively build that connection, and that will come. It will come with time. That's just how humans are wired. It will come with time, and you've got to build that connection. What I don't get and what I don't understand is, and humans are flawed people, so so I do understand it to a certain extent, but to be able to look into my daughter's eyes and to be able to look into your child's eyes and then not see that child, we'll come on to that in a different video, but I just can't fathom it personally. Cannot fathom it. Number five, you've got to be in the moment. Be in the moment with your kids, and really that will really tie into the other things I'm talking about in terms of connection, in terms of love. If you're in the moment, that will build those connections, and if you're in the moment, that will help build the confidence in your kids, build that charisma, build that social skills as well, because you're actively socially connecting with them and talking to them, speaking with them, resonating with them. And the more you're in the moment, the more you'll love and cherish and be enriched yourself. So remember to be in the moment. And going into 2023, we've never been more surrounded by technology and by different things and devices to keep us not in that moment. But there's things you can do that I will go on to in other videos, where you can be in that moment whilst doing other things as well, if that makes sense. So we'll come on to that as well. 6, you're a team. So I'm speaking to I'm speaking to not only the people that are married, but the people that are in relationships, but also the people that are just doing that whole co-parenting, and you're living apart, and life happens, and that's the way it is. Sometimes it is better to break up, but you've always got to remember, you're raising one person. It's your kid, it's their kid. So you've always got to be on that same page. And if you're not on the same page, you've got to communicate to get to a certain page where you can give actual relevance of those messages to your kids. And it's not just you, it's both of you, and it's doubly powerful that way. So number 7, your actions will dictate your kids' outcomes. Now, your actions in terms of how you treat the mother of your kids, if for women, how you get treated or by men, if your child is seeing that, and how you carry yourself as well. Your actions will dictate their future trajectory in life. It's as simple as that. Your actions will dictate it. Data shows it on numerous different levels, but it is clear as day that is fact. Your actions and how you engage with other people, how you act within your relationship, and what your child is seeing, they will really dictate and really guide the future trajectory for your kid. So you've got to be really on it with those actions, and them actions I'll go into in a different video as well. So you've always got to enrich their interests as well. So I've got a toddler at the moment, loves music, loves films, she loves dancing, she loves going out, she loves being the center of attention, to be honest. But you've got to really enrich those interests as your kids get older, and as they start being interested in certain different things. And you've also got to really open their eyes to lots of different things in the world, and the different things that are available to them, so they can then really find what their passions are and what their keys are. And then from there, you've really got to enrich that, and you've got to really enrich that, and you've got to really feed into that. And when you feed into that, magic will happen. Now, number 9 is an interesting one. Number 9 is a very interesting one. Don't let external things affect you and your mentality and your day-to-day. I see too many people being affected by outside sources they have no control over, no control over. And an example, football culture, that tribal culture. I see people, I see people let the football, and it's a lot of people, millions of people do it as well. I'm sure a lot of folk will fall into this bracket that they'll let football results dictate their mood for the whole weekend, dictate their mood for the whole week, and that's their mood with their family, their family. I mean, for me, I'm a big football fan. Always have, always will be. Like, but there's a line, and I think the conversation needs to be elevated in football. I think that whole tribal toxic atmosphere and element to it needs to be nipped in the bud, and people, men especially, really need to, and obviously dads really need to look themselves in the mirror and think, hold on a minute. So I'm not in control of any of that result, any of that performance, but I'm going to let that affect my mood when I go see my daughter or my son. I'm in a mood because my team lost. Do people not see how ridiculous that is? And it's a really strange. I mean, for women, that must just be an absolute nightmare, to be honest with you. But yeah, that in terms of a bigger sort of scale, don't let external things affect your relationships and your day to day. It's tough at times, and I know it's tough, but you've got to be, you can only control what you can control. It's as simple as that. So and especially something that is essentially a pastime. Yeah, it's a brilliant pastime. It's the best sport in the world, but there's a distinction to be made between the enjoyment of the game and tribalism. There needs to be, and that toxic tribalism that I'm gonna call it. There's a distinction. So people need to understand that, and people need to get better. It's as simple as that. Number 10, family is everything. Need I say any more than that? Family is everything. Family should come first in everything that you do, that you feel, and family should be the priority in your life, because otherwise, what are we doing it for? Why are we here? Family is everything, and if you don't appreciate your family, then you'll regret it when you're older. Simple as that. You can see that regret staring at you in the face. But when I've dealt with older people or people that have been close to death and things like that, it's if family is everything. Family is everything. Don't have those regrets when you're old. Don't have those regrets when you're laying on your deathbed. Like, don't have those regrets. And family is it really and truly everything. And yeah, those are the 10. Those are the 10 really key things that essentially makes a good dad, makes a good parent. And you follow those rules, and trust me, you won't veer too far wrong. Hope this helps. Hope if we can really reach at least one dad to make some different decisions in their life, to help him and his family, or even her and her family, whatever it is. If I can just speak to one person and get through to that one person, if there's one thing you found that I've said that's resonated, then you know good luck, and hopefully we'll connect soon. Hope you enjoy the future content, and yeah, take care as we roll into 2023. Take care.